Hi, my name is Hannah Gagan. I am a recent transfer student to ASU. This is my first year here online. Some key takeaways from the Students with Exceptionalities class is that as a teacher working with students with special needs, I must be knowledgeable specifically about applicable laws and resources, community resources especially, so that I could properly advocate for the students I work with. They have rights just like everyone else, and they are supported with their rights so that they have equal access to the education that they deserve. So being knowledgeable of the laws and the community resources that I'm a part of is going to really, really help me in the future. Another thing is that flexibility is key. Finding ways to modify my lessons so that all students are able to participate in a meaningful way is vital for everyone's success. So if I have just a bare bones lesson plan, I need to know how to be able to modify them appropriately for any kind of student to walk into my classroom so that they could appropriately participate in a meaningful way. And then it's okay, I want to say, to not know everything. Even though this class taught me a whole lot, I also learned that collaboration with other teachers, your admins, other staff, and especially the parents of these special needs students, that needs to be a really strong connection to make sure that the students get the accessibility requirements they need in order to succeed. In terms of personal growth, I feel like I've had a really strong perspective of disability and inclusion and equity, but I do believe that this course has really emphasized, at least, that I need to do more in being sure that I have solid communication skills. Those are vital if you want to help your students. Working in a partnership with all of the people that I've mentioned before, and especially families, because they are the professionals of their student, right? That is a key to success. So really honing in those communication skills and strategies to make sure that I'm an active listener to people, and also just a easy person to come up to with problems so that I can help them. In terms of connecting to practice, I found this course to be actually amazing with how easily concepts could be transferred over into the educational sphere. Right now I work as a substitute, and many of the practical skills that are learned in this class have already helped me to become a better teacher. One key example of this is by the podcast episode. I listened to a podcast by Miss China called Challenging Behaviors. And something that I took away from that I ask myself all the time now is whenever I see a negative behavior in the classroom is, what is this behavior trying to communicate to me that the student cannot express? I think that really helps give me an opportunity to stop and think and kind of analyze the situation before I react and maybe get frustrated or upset. Sometimes when big behaviors are happening in the classroom, it's easy to feel a reaction bubble up, and that kind of thought processing of what are they trying to communicate that they cannot, has really helped me slow down in thinking and then trying to redirect in a more constructive way. So that was really great. I also really appreciate the textbook. I actually really want to have this like as a physical copy to keep as like a research or a tool to go back to, just because I think that the textbook did really well in not only describing the disabilities and like what their needs are, but also offering specific strategies and accommodations that are applicable to students with them. So yeah, I'd really, really like to have a physical copy for my career. Honestly too, I think there's another class that I took that did really well in like, they had a digital notebook where you would write notes on each chapter, and like it was like a slideshow presentation, but I have that for another textbook that I had to do in another class, and I think that was a really great way of doing key takeaways and little notes that would help me, that I can use that as a resource. Maybe that's something that could be helpful in this class as well. But either way, I'm going to keep that textbook somehow. Impactful assignments. I actually really enjoyed all of the mixed media assignments. So that's specifically like the movie on disabilities or the podcast review. I especially liked these because it gave me a choice to find like and choose what I wanted to learn more about, and choose something that was interesting or applicable to me. So I think practical application matters a lot to me, and it helps motivate me a lot to complete assignments. So these ones were actually like fun to do, and I really enjoyed getting them done. And they did help me a lot with it. So it also helped me realize that there's a wide world of resources available to me that isn't just academic texts and journals and articles and etc. But yeah, overall, I really did enjoy this course. I thought it was well paced. It provided ample timing for assignments, and it had really clear instructions that I didn't feel like I didn't know what to do, or at least know how to ask for help. And for advice, I think the best advice I have is for students is to be a sponge for this class. Every resource that's given is very valuable and does have real practical applications in the world of education, at least. After completing this course, I do really feel like I have more tools to collaborate more effectively with students with special needs. As I look ahead, I do want to continue research, specifically with community resources in the school districts I work in. I want to be up to date with those resources that are available so that I can properly communicate that to students, their families, and to help myself for my own professional development. I think the best mindset is one that is open and always trying to learn new things. And I want to be a knowledgeable kind of professional that people can come to with questions, and even if I don't know the answers, I would at least be able to help them find the answers or point them in the right direction. Thanks so much.